Hello, my name is Kent Yurt, and I'm here today to talk to my English 114 classmates. Wouldn't you like to see the top of the Eiffel Tower or the Colosseums in Greece? Well, what about a historic educational overseas trip to Europe? I have written a formal report on an educational trip to Europe. The trip is an all-around good trip for knowledge in different subject areas and will be a cultural shock to most students. For the cost of the trip, Mayland will allow fundraising, sponsorships, and other possible ways of payment. I also have liability insurance already approved. Hotels and flights have also been contacted, along with other historic museums being seen on the trip. As a student, I have always loved field trips. I always was ready to explore and learn from hands-on activities. This Europe trip will allow students to see old British literature, historical plays, historical monuments, different cultures, and other world knowledge many students are unaware of. Although a trip to Europe sounds very expensive, the fundraising companies have given us the best products along with the best deals. And we also have some sponsorships helping out as well. Key points that I will cover through the presentation are what countries will be visited, what students will need to bring, the cost of plane tickets and hotels, historic events that will be seen, and also I will show how much everything will be at the end when I present the permission slip form. Through the whole trip, different countries will be visited. Only certain countries will be picked to stay at a hotel in. The first week, students will arrive in the United Kingdom in London. Then we'll be visiting the rest of the United Kingdom, Germany, Sweden, and the Netherlands. Week 2 will only be in France and Switzerland because of train delays that will be in progress during that specific time. Week 3, students will visit Poland, Italy, and Greece. Students will take a train and one ferry the last 2 days from Poland back to London to catch the flight back to America. In Europe, the weather is not very nice and is usually very wet and rainy. I would suggest students bringing jackets and umbrellas. Clothing for 3 weeks away from home, toiletries, and medicine approved by a teacher. A notebook will be required to make a journal of what you saw and learned day by day. Dinner side money will also be required. 2 meals will not be paid for by the school or through fundraising. Students must bring correct payment to these fancy restaurants. A big part of the trip payment-wise is a plane ticket. The plane company from Expedia give us the best claims at $1,005 per person. This includes a round-trip, first-class seating with overnight meal and movies, and transportation to and from the airport in London. Every hotel we booked was above a 4 out of a 5-star rating with excellent reviews. They were very nice to accommodate us with cheaper and better prices because we are a college from America wanting to learn about European trades. Students will see a wide and very broad range of different historic monuments and sightings. In London, students will be able to see Big Ben, Benjamin Franklin's house, and the Buckingham Palace. In France, students will see the Eiffel Tower, and in Greece will see the Olympia. Pompeii will be in Italy, and finally the Archaeological Museum in Poland. Also, a special stop on the way will allow for a show to be seen in a very historic theater. All these landmarks and events have a meaning and an academic subject behind them that will broaden the students' historic knowledge. Here is the permission slip form that I will pass around that sums up the schedules of where students will be during each day. Also on the permission slip form, the total amount of $1,896.61 is printed at the top left. I'm presenting this report because I'm wanting approval of this trip. Students will benefit from it and will see how beautiful history is firsthand. I have planned the whole trip out and it seems to flow very smoothly. Thank you for your time today, and I hope I enlightened you on my proposal of the trip to Europe.